Welcome back to our channel, Soap Fans. Today is a beautiful day to dive into the most explosive, jaw-dropping secrets brewing in Los Angeles. The drama is hotter than ever, and we have the exclusive inside scoop just for you. Let's get right into the madness. The Forrester and Spencer empires are hurtling toward a catastrophic collision, and the collateral damage will be absolute. Blood has already been spilled on the floor of the bikini bar. Will Spencer crossed a line that can never be uncrossed. His feral, violent rage did not just leave R.J. Forrester battered. It left the great patriarch, Eric Forrester, physically injured. The fallout is apocalyptic. The Forrester family has drawn a deep, unforgiving line in the sand. They have issued a strict Romeo and Juliet-style ban. Elektra Forrester is absolutely forbidden from seeing Will Spencer ever again. The doors to the Forrester mansion are locked. The security is on high alert. Will is completely isolated. He is drowning in a toxic cocktail of guilt, regret, and explosive anger. He lost his job. He injured a legend. He lost the woman he loves. Will is sitting in the dark at the beach house, staring at his bruised knuckles, completely shattered. He is vulnerable. He is broken. He is a wounded animal waiting to be put out of his misery. And that is exactly when the predator strikes. Melissa Dillon steps into the shadows of the beach house. She does not come with judgment. She does not come with anger. She comes playing the role of the ultimate savior. Dillon is executing a masterpiece of psychological manipulation. She sees Will's depression not as a tragedy, but as the perfect opportunity. She approaches him with a soft voice and a sympathetic touch. She tells him she understands his rage. She tells him he is not a monster. She offers to help him process the brutal fallout of the brawl. Dillon starts teaching Will how to control his temper. She gives him advice on how to ask questions first and punch later. On the surface, it looks like the ultimate act of friendship. It looks like a caring woman helping a broken man find his way back to the light. But it is a trap. A brilliant, calculated, inescapable trap. Dillon is not trying to heal Will. She is trying to make him entirely dependent on her. She wants him to believe that she is the only person in Los Angeles who truly understands the darkness inside him. She is building a cage around his mind, and she is painting the bars with sweet words and gentle touches. Every time Will thinks about Elektra, Dillon is there to distract him. Every time Will reaches for his phone to beg for forgiveness, Dillon gently pulls it away. She reminds him of the Forrester ban. She reminds him that Elektra's family hates him. She whispers that Elektra is too weak to stand up to Ridge and Steffi. Dillon is actively isolating Will from the outside world. She is taking full advantage of the ironclad wall the Forresters have built around Elektra. While Elektra sits in the Forrester mansion, crying over her shattered romance, Dillon is making her move. Dillon has completely abandoned any loyalty to her friendship with Elektra. That friendship was nothing but a stepping stone. A convenient cover story. Dillon has her eyes on a much bigger prize. She does not just want a job at Forrester Creations. She wants the Spencer fortune. She wants the power, the prestige, and the ring on her finger. She is determined to become the next Mrs. Spencer. And she will trample over Elektra's broken heart to get to the altar. Will is falling right into her web. He is mistaking her calculated manipulation for genuine affection. He is leaning on her. He is trusting her. The physical proximity is undeniable. The late nights at the beach house are turning electric. Dillon is slowly crossing the line from supportive friend to seductive savior. She is waiting for the exact moment when Will's defenses completely collapse. When he finally gives in, Dillon will have won the ultimate prize. But Dillon is not the only one playing a dangerous game of deception in Los Angeles. Across town, another ticking time bomb is counting down to zero. Deacon Sharp is walking around Il Giardino with a smug smile on his face. He thinks he has won the lottery. He thinks he has achieved the impossible. He genuinely believes that Sheila has surrendered. Deacon has completely bought into Sheila's act of submission. He drinks the Kool-Aid every single day. He looks at the woman who once terrorized the entire city and sees a reformed, peaceful ex-wife. He thinks she has accepted their divorce. He thinks she has made peace with his new life. Deacon is a fool. A blind, naive, catastrophic fool. Sheila never surrenders. She never forgives. And she certainly never forgets. Behind her polite smiles and her quiet demeanor, a monster is raging. Sheila is spiraling down a dark, twisted path of pure vengeance. The image of Deacon making out with Taylor Hayes on the Cliff House couch is burned into her retinas. It is a constant, agonizing reminder of his ultimate betrayal. Deacon did not just leave her. He left her for the woman she despises most in this world. He chose Taylor. He chose the Forresters. He chose the enemy. And for that, Sheila is going to make him pay in blood and tears. She is not going to just slash his tires or break a window. Sheila is planning a total annihilation of Deacon Sharp's life. She is currently operating in the shadows. She is the unseen ghost haunting his every move. She secretly tracks his dates with Taylor. She watches them laugh. She watches them kiss. Every moment of their happiness adds another layer of venom to her grand plan. Sheila is waiting for the absolute perfect moment to strike. She is orchestrating a devastating gotcha moment that will echo through the history of Los Angeles. She does not want a private confrontation. She wants a public execution. Imagine the scene. A high society gala. The elite of the fashion world gathered in one room. Deacon standing tall, holding Taylor's hand, finally accepted by the upper crust. And then, the music stops. The lights shift. Sheila steps out of the shadows, holding the ultimate weapon of destruction. She is going to expose his secrets. She is going to flip the script so violently that Deacon will lose everything. His restaurant. His reputation. His relationship with his daughter, Hope. And most importantly, he will lose Taylor. Sheila is going to humiliate him in a way that he can never recover from. She is letting him climb to the very top of the mountain, just so the fall will break every bone in his body. Deacon is planning a future, completely unaware that he is standing on a trapdoor. And Sheila's hand is resting firmly on the lever. But the betrayals do not stop at Il Giardino. The ultimate act of treason is brewing inside the walls of Forrester Creations. Zen Forrester Dominguez has reached his absolute breaking point. He has played the good soldier for far too long. He poured his heart, his soul, and his undeniable genius into the new Hope for the Future collection. He was promised the spotlight. He was promised the glory. And what did Steffi Forrester do? She benched him. She shelved his entire collection without a second thought. She tossed his hard work into the trash to focus on Eric's couture line. Zen was forced to swallow his pride and watch his dreams evaporate. But the final nail in the coffin was watching Hope Logan defect to the enemy. Zen watched Hope walk down the runway at Logan Designs. He watched her bathe in the applause. He watched her become a global superstar overnight. And he realized something terrifying. Hope was right to leave. Forrester Creations does not respect talent. They only respect power. Zen feels completely betrayed by his own blood. He is tired of living in Ridge's shadow. He is tired of bowing to Steffi's demands. The simmering frustration has finally boiled over into pure, unadulterated rage. Zen is no longer a loyal Forrester. He is a man out for revenge. In the dead of night, he makes a secret, encrypted phone call. He bypasses the Forrester security protocols. He avoids the cameras. He reaches out to the one person who can give him the platform he deserves. Katie Logan. Zen is orchestrating a spectacular, earth-shattering defection. He is packing up his leather portfolios. He is gathering his most brilliant, groundbreaking sketches. The designs that Steffi threw away. The designs that belong on a Paris runway. He is taking them straight to Logan Designs. Zen sits down in a clandestine meeting with Katie and Bill Spencer. He slides the portfolio across the table. He offers them the ultimate prize. The Forrester aesthetic, weaponized for the Logan empire. Katie knows exactly what this means. Hiring Hope was a massive blow to Forrester. But stealing Zend? Stealing a Forrester by blood? That is not just a business move. That is a declaration of total war. Zend is ready to sign the contract. He is ready to burn his bridges. But the true tragedy of this betrayal is who it will hurt the most. Eric Forrester is currently lying in a bed, recovering from the physical trauma of Will's violent punch. He is battered. He is emotional. He is trying to hold his fractured family together. Eric has always championed Zend. He has always believed in his grandson. When the news breaks that Zend has defected to Logan Designs, it will be a dagger straight through Eric's heart. It will hurt infinitely more than the physical blow he took at the bikini bar. Zend knows this. He knows the pain it will cause his grandfather. But his ambition has completely blinded his loyalty. He is willing to sacrifice Eric's peace of mind to achieve his own glory. When Ridge and Steffi find out, the Forrester offices will turn into a war zone. Steffi will demand legal action. Ridge will threaten to destroy Zend's career. But Zend will stand tall, backed by the limitless billions of Bill Spencer. He will look his uncle and his cousin in the eye and tell them they brought this on themselves. The fashion war is no longer just about dresses and diamonds. It is about blood. It is about family treason. Dylan is stealing the Spencer heir. Sheila is plotting the destruction of Deacon Sharp. And Zend is stabbing the Forrester patriarch in the back. The battle lines are drawn. The weapons are loaded. Nobody in Los Angeles is safe from the impending explosion. Every alliance is crumbling. Every secret is about to be dragged into the brutal light of day. The coming weeks will feature a bloodbath of epic proportions. Will Dylan secure the ring before Elektra breaks the ban? Will Sheila's trap spring before Deacon wakes up? Next. You cannot light a match in a room full of gasoline and expect the flames to stay neatly contained in the corner. When Hope Logan defected to the rival House of Logan, it was a corporate earthquake, but the true aftershocks are about to tear a family apart. The battle lines have been drawn, the fashion war has gone nuclear, and now, the most innocent casualty of all is caught directly in the crossfire. Liam Spencer is walking straight into a trap, and the peaceful co-parenting dynamic he once shared with Steffi Forrester is about to be violently incinerated. Liam Spencer is going to have to face his powerful ex-wife eventually. The clock is ticking, and the tension is rapidly approaching a boiling point. Up until now, Liam has managed to avoid the direct line of Steffi's fire, but you cannot hide from the Forrester co-CEO forever. They share a daughter. They share a history. And sooner or later, Liam has to walk through the doors of the Cliff House to pick up Kelly. He clearly has not thought through the catastrophic ramifications of his actions. He helped arm the enemy. He drafted the paperwork that allowed Hope to strike a lethal blow against Forrester Creations. And now, he expects to just waltz into Steffi's domain and play the role of the friendly, cooperative dad? Steffi Forrester is currently vibrating with an unprecedented level of rage. She is still seething over Hope Logan's massive betrayal. For weeks, Steffi thought the Spencers and their upstart Logan fashion house were a complete joke. She laughed at the very idea of them being legitimate competition. She brushed off their ambitions with signature Forrester arrogance. But the laughter has abruptly stopped. The reality of Hope's defection has set in, and Steffi is out for blood. The steam reunion ship has not just sailed, it has been torpedoed, set on fire, and sunk to the absolute bottom of the ocean. There is no warmth left in this dynamic. There is only a chilling, venomous hostility waiting to be unleashed. When Liam finally arrives to discuss after-school pickups, it is going to be a bloodbath. Steffi is not going to politely hand over Kelly's backpack and wave goodbye. She is going to corner Liam. She is going to interrogate him. She will demand to know how he could betray her family, how he could facilitate this massive deception, and how he could align himself with the very people trying to destroy the Forrester legacy. Steffi expects Liam to cower. She expects him to waffle, to apologize, and to shrink under the crushing weight of her disappointment. That is the dynamic they have operated on for years. But Steffi is in for the shock of her life. Liam Spencer has finally drawn a line in the sand. For years, fans have watched Liam bounce back and forth, constantly trying to appease the powerful women in his life. Not anymore. Liam Spencer has finally grown a backbone, and he is taking a massive, defiant stand for hope. When Steffi launches her verbal assault, Liam is not going to back down. He is going to look his furious ex-wife dead in the eye and vehemently defend Hope's choice. He is done letting the Forresters treat his wife like a second-class citizen. He is done watching Steffi disrespect Hope's talent and dedication. Make no mistake, this confrontation is going to be explosive. The spoilers tease that Liam might even gloat. Imagine the sheer audacity. Liam Spencer, standing in Steffi's own living room, bragging about how he personally put Hope's lucrative Logan contract together. He is going to rub it in Steffi's face that he orchestrated the ultimate corporate coup. He will proudly declare that Hope deserves respect, creative freedom, and a company that truly values her brilliance. He will absolutely refuse to apologize for helping his wife secure her future. Liam's defiance will act as a lightning rod, striking Steffi's bruised ego and igniting a firestorm of retaliation. Steffi's reaction to this blatant defiance will be catastrophic. We all know Steffi Forrester can be incredibly petty when she feels slighted. She operates on a strict code of absolute loyalty, and in her mind, Liam has committed high treason. If Liam wants to play hardball in the business world, Steffi will play hardball in his personal life. She will not hesitate to railroad Liam when it comes to spending time with their daughter, Kelly. The peaceful co-parenting dynamic is officially dead. The flexible visitation schedule is terminated. Steffi is going to weaponize her power as a mother to exact a cruel, calculated revenge against her ex-husband. Steffi will start finding highly convenient excuses for why Liam cannot see his daughter. She will suddenly schedule playdates, doctor's appointments, and family trips that perfectly conflict with Liam's custodial time. She will freeze him out, drop by agonizing drop, using her control to squeeze Liam out of Kelly's daily life. And she will not just rely on scheduling conflicts. Steffi will build a ruthless, calculated narrative to justify keeping Kelly away from the Spencer compound. She will look at the chaos erupting at Logan Designs and Spencer Publications and declare it a highly toxic environment. She will point directly to the massive web of secrets and lies that Liam and Hope spun to hide the Logan contract. How can I possibly trust you around our daughter when you are both professional liars? She will demand. Steffi will frame their corporate deception not as a business strategy, but as a fundamental character flaw. She will argue that a home built on secrets, manipulation, and betrayal is no place for an impressionable young child. She will use Liam's unwavering loyalty to Hope as the very weapon to sever his bond with Kelly. But Steffi has even more dangerous ammunition at her disposal. The corporate war has already spilled over into physical violence. While Spencer recently lost his mind and violently assaulted R.J. Forrester, and during that chaotic brawl, Eric Forrester was injured. Steffi will absolutely use this horrific violence to her advantage. She will claim that the entire Spencer family is unhinged, violent, and completely dangerous. She will argue that Kelly is not safe anywhere near Bill, Will, or Liam. She will paint the Spencer bloodline as a direct threat to her child's physical and emotional well-being, solidifying her excuse to keep Kelly locked safely behind the gates of the Cliff House. This escalating hostility points to one terrifying, inevitable destination: family court. Up until now, Steffi and Liam have managed their custody arrangement informally. They relied on mutual respect, open communication, and a shared love for Kelly to navigate the tricky waters of co-parenting. But mutual respect has been slaughtered on the altar of corporate pride. Without a permanent, legally binding schedule, Steffi holds all the cards. She can dictate the terms, and if Liam pushes back, she will force him into a brutal, highly publicized legal battle. She will challenge his rights, daring him to take her to court. Can you imagine the absolute spectacle of a Forrester versus Spencer custody trial? It would be the trial of the decade. Steffi would hire the most vicious, bloodthirsty family law attorneys in Los Angeles. She would instruct them to paint Liam as a deceptive, unstable conspirator who aligns himself with violent criminals. She would drag every single Spencer family skeleton out of the closet and parade it in front of a judge. She would use the media, the paparazzi, and her immense wealth to destroy Liam's reputation as a father. Steffi does not play to tie, she plays to obliterate her enemies. But if Steffi thinks she can just steamroll Liam in court, she is severely underestimating the apocalyptic wrath of Dollar Bill Spencer. Bill will not sit idly by while a Forrester tries to strip a Spencer of his parental rights. If Steffi forces this conflict into the legal arena, Bill will unleash his infinite resources to crush her. He will hire an army of ruthless litigators. He will launch a massive, devastating smear campaign against the Forresters. Bill will point out Steffi's own chaotic history, her past traumas, and the highly dangerous presence of Sheila Carter constantly hovering around her current husband, Finn. Bill will argue that the Cliff House is a literal target for psychopaths, making it the truly dangerous environment for Kelly. He will expose Steffi's hypocrisy, highlighting how she demands loyalty while harboring her own dark secrets. The custody battle will rapidly devolve into a vicious proxy war for the fashion empires. The courtroom will become the new runway, where lawyers hurl accusations instead of launching couture collections. And caught directly in the devastating crossfire of this billionaire blood match will be a terrified, confused little girl. Where does this leave Hope Logan? Hope is going to be crushed by the immense, suffocating guilt of this fallout. She simply made a business decision. She wanted to step out of Steffi's shadow, escape the constant disrespect at Forrester Creations, and build a legacy of her own at Logan Designs. She never intended for her career move to cost her husband his daughter. As Steffi tightens the leash on Kelly, the strain on Liam and Hope's marriage will become agonizing. Hope will have to watch the man she loves suffer unimaginable pain simply because he stood up for her. She will see the heartbreak in Liam's eyes every single time Steffi denies a visit. She will hear the defeat in his voice when he gets off the phone with his lawyers. The psychological warfare will test the absolute limits of their relationship. Steffi knows exactly what she is doing. By punishing Liam, she is simultaneously punishing Hope. She is driving a massive, toxic wedge between the couple, forcing Hope to question if her creative freedom was truly worth the catastrophic personal cost. Steffi is forcing Hope to watch her marriage crumble under the weight of a custody battle she inadvertently started. The collateral damage of this war will spread rapidly through both families. Ridge Forrester will absolutely back Steffi. He is already blinded by rage against the Spencers because Will punched his father, Eric. Ridge will see Liam's defense of Hope as a direct, unforgivable attack on the Forrester legacy. He will encourage Steffi to play hardball, to protect Kelly from the greedy, sleazy Spencers at all costs. Ridge will fan the flames of Steffi's resentment, ensuring that any chance of a peaceful resolution is burned to ash. On the other side, Brooke Logan will be horrified. She knows exactly what it is like to fight desperately for her children. She will see Steffi's actions as a manipulative, vindictive, and cruel abuse of power. Brooke will rally fiercely behind Liam and Hope, further escalating the explosive Logan versus Forrester war. The battle lines will harden. The rhetoric will become more venomous. Every single interaction between the families will be laced with the threat of legal action and total destruction. And what about John Finn Finnegan? Where does he stand in this escalating nightmare? Finn is currently advocating for Sheila Carter's redemption, a stance that already puts his marriage to Steffi in severe, critical danger. But when it comes to Kelly, Finn might try to be the rare voice of reason. He might look at Steffi's petty retaliation and tell her that weaponizing a child is fundamentally wrong. He might urge her to separate the corporate betrayal from Liam's rights as a father. If Finn defends Liam, it will cause a massive, irreparable fracture in the Shin marriage. Steffi demands absolute, unquestioning loyalty, and any defense of a Spencer will be viewed as the ultimate betrayal. The tragic, heartbreaking irony of this entire situation is that Kelly is the one who will suffer the most. Kelly loves her father. She loves her blended family. She does not care about couture collections, corporate espionage, runway showstoppers, or legacy fashion houses. She just wants her parents to get along. She wants the peaceful drop-offs, the shared birthdays, and the stability she has known for years. But Steffi's blinding rage and Liam's stubborn, newfound defiance are creating a toxic wasteland where their daughter's happiness is being mercilessly sacrificed on the altar of corporate pride. The days of amicable co-parenting are over. The era of total war has begun. Steffi will continue to use her power as a weapon, entirely convinced she is righteously protecting her daughter from the deceptive, dangerous Spencers. Liam will continue to fight back, fueled by righteous indignation, deep love for his child, and the aggressive backing of his powerful father. The tension will inevitably reach a violent boiling point, forcing a final, explosive confrontation in the halls of justice that will permanently alter the landscape of Los Angeles. The fashion war has claimed its most devastating casualty yet. Will Steffi's petty revenge cost Liam his daughter, or will the Spencers crush her in family court? Drop your wildest theories below, hit that subscribe button, and never miss a scandal.